Okay, so here we go. Listen, time after time after time after time again, I keep running into people that are saying that they can't find a relationship or can't find a good relationship, or everybody's just knuckleheads or whatever the case may be. And it's natural and normal for us to really want to be in relationships and different things like that. But y'all all know that I've been asking the question more recently and even designed some coaching materials and different things around being relationship ready. So my question today is, because I keep seeing this, y'all, but my question today is, do you even match what you say you want in a relationship? Are you even a match for what you say that you want? A lot of people say that they want a good relationship, but they want a relationship, they want to be around some people with some good energy, and they want to be around people that are loyal and people that are faithful and some people that are considered that care about them and this, that, and the other. But when you really look at the lives that a lot of these same people lead, their lives are the lives that they lead are totally inconsistent with the relationship type that they're saying that they want. All right, so you got to ask yourself the question: are you even a match for what it is that you're saying that you want? All right, it's so common for us to be at this place where we're seeking these relationships and we're only thinking about it in some sense from our own, how can I put it? As if we're the only person in the world, or as if everything about us is the way that it should be. All right, without having to take into consideration that maybe the relationship didn't work, not because of them, but maybe because of you. Maybe because you weren't the one that was aligned to what it is that you said that you really wanted. You know, or that you really said it is that you desire. There are three things that I really want to point out today that I think that is necessary for us all to do. First of all is introspection, self-introspection. Really look within yourself and see where it is that you may be maligned to our relationships, or the relationships that you say that you really want to have. Are you really truly loyal? A lot of times what happens is that most of us operate and function from this space where we're loyal, but loyal to our desire. All right, and almost loyal to our desire only. That actually does not work if you want a healthy relationship. All right, because what happens is you actually are getting with some people who they're loyal, they're just loyal to their desires, just like you are. All right, so if you want somebody that's loyal to you, you have to get to the point where you're loyal to another person. All right, not just loyal to your desire for them, but actually loyal to who they really are, loyal to the spirit of their being, and even that for yourself. All right, so but and that's just one example as far as with the loyalty in and of itself. But you got to do some self-introspection, all right, and really see where it is that you may be misaligned or maligned or whatever the case may be, where you may not be fully a match to what it is that you're saying you want. Whatever your list is, you need to be able to be that as well. All right, the second thing that I really want us to look at is intention. Again, I talk a lot about in our relationship ready stuff, one of the first pieces to that is reason, like your reason for a relationship. So the second thing that I want to talk about is intention. What is your intention? What is your real intention in getting a relationship? Is the reason for getting in a relationship just to get your desire met, or do you really truly see a bigger purpose? All right, when you begin to align to that, when you begin to do the self-introspection and then begin to set your intention towards the well-being of another being or another individual, whatever, I think that you are on a better road to actually being ready for and having the types of relationships that you really want. And it actually will weed out some. When you really are clear on what your intention is, sometimes it'll weed out some of the finest people walking down the street, because your intention, and when you see where they are, your intention is set for a certain thing. And when you have your intention set, when your self-introspection is done, and when your intentions are set in place, there are some people that won't even, you probably won't, I hate to say it this way, you probably wouldn't even engage in that type of way. All right, so you really got to see what your intention is and begin to align your intention. There has to be a level of purity in your heart in this approach to relationships. All right, desire can be pure, but desire can also be a little bit selfish. All right, so you have to do your best to try to purify that intention that you actually have to enter into a relationship that you want to be in with somebody else. And then this third thing is intelligence. All right, you all hear me a lot talking about relational wisdom or relational intelligence or spiritual intelligence. That is so important when we're talking about a relationship and you're talking about being in a relationship. So if you've done your introspection and you've done your intention and you've aligned that, the next thing is to begin to operate in intelligence or in wisdom as to what it is that you should be imparting and giving in a relationship. What do you need to do in order to, or who do you need to be? Even better than what do you need to do, but who do you need to be, all right, in terms of positioning yourself for the relationship that you say you want. There is an inner intelligence in us. There is an inner teacher in us. Listen to that inner teacher. I'm not talking about being crafty and manipulative and trying to make things go your way. I'm talking about a wisdom that says, if you want a friend, show yourself friendly. That type of wisdom. The type of wisdom that says, if you want positive to come out, positive have to be put in. That type of wisdom. The kind of wisdom that says, if I want someone to be pure-hearted towards me, I have to put pure heart towards them. And that again goes back to our intention. We really have to do the work within ourselves to align these areas of our lives and begin to operate in this spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence, the kind that says, I'm not gonna, there's a scripture, I think it says a harsh answer stirs up wrath, or whatever. I'm not going to respond to people in a harsh way, in a snappy kind of way, and in an attitude kind of way. And that's actually not very relationally intelligent nor spiritually intelligent. All right. So in some senses, we have to really begin to hone what our spiritual intelligence really truly is. And part of that spiritual intelligence, one of the greatest things that you can do that is spiritually intelligent, is to be who you really are. All right, and to show up in the world as the loving being that you really are. Sometimes we show up as the desperate being that we are. Sometimes we show up as the fearful being that we are. Sometimes we show up and then that causes you to be manipulative and this is that and the other. And that is not spiritual intelligence. That's not relational intelligence. All right, so you have to begin to try to align those things. So your introspection, very important. All right, your intention, aligning that in purity, very important. And then your intelligence, aligning that, your spiritual, emotional intelligence, your relational intelligence, aligning that is very important so that you will actually position yourself. I don't even want to necessarily say attract to yourself, but position yourself for the type of relationship that you're saying that you want. Because folks, listen, a lot of us are not even aligned with the type of relationship that we say we want. And let's just be honest about it. Let's just be truthful about it. And some of you all that I've talked to personally, you say you want a relationship, and then when I look at some of the things that you post, when I look at some of the places that you go, or the way you act in some of the places that you go, it doesn't surprise me sometimes, and I hate to say this way, it doesn't surprise me that you get what you get a lot of times. All right, so really, if this is something that's serious for you and something that's really at the heart for you, you gotta really ask yourself that question. Am I even a match to the type of match that I'm saying I want? To the type of relationship that I'm saying I want? That's deeply important. And I see that with so many of you, even so many people that are probably like, no, he ain't talking about me. Yes, I'm talking about you. All right, align yourself, get yourself together. And then set those three things in order: introspection, intention, and intelligence. And then see what God brings to you from that space, or see who's attracted to you from that space. See what you exude in many ways will be the very thing that you begin to attract, and the environment that you create. All right, because that's a huge piece too. The type of environment that you create will also determine the kind of people who may even say they want to partner with you and want to have that brought out of them, the best of them brought out of them, or whatever. So think about that. All right, this has been another relationship ready moment with Czar, and I hope it's been helpful for some of you. And if not, I don't know what to tell you. All right, y'all. Peace.